and welcome to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania in the Skyline Sports Complex here on City Island. Today, the City Islanders host the LA Blues in USL Pro Soccer action. Harrisburg comes in with a record of 8-5-5 with 29 points, and the LA Blues come in with a record of 7-4-5 and 26 points. Hi, everybody. I'm Chad Edwards, along with Larry Julius. And I know last game we said this, but it's really hot out here today, Larry.
Yeah, it's steaming. The humidity's high. It's 98 degrees, so it's going to be a challenge for these guys.
Let's talk a little bit about the keys of the game for Harrisburg. You had a chance to talk to Billy Betcher before tonight's game. What are some of the things he had to say about tonight's game?
Well, right away, Bill said that they have to come out tonight and they have to score first. He said it's a very good team, very good possession-orientated team, a team that likes to come out and not only keep the ball, but keep the ball with a purpose. So he said once they get it, they have to work hard to get it back, and they're going to play a high line of pressure, which is what they did last game. Even though they were winning, they did very well at that. So they're going to try to compete and do the same thing tonight.
Sounds good. And L.A., of course, they just want to keep the pressure on. They want to stay compact, and they want to pick their possession. They want to make sure that they're keep possession where they want it on the field, and make sure they strike when the time's right. They are a possession team, like Billy said. And the other thing is the 1v1 defending inside the box. He says that's something that they've been a little lazy on lately, and that he thinks if they stay 1v1 very good in the box on corner kicks and things like that, that they'll be able to stand up against Harrisburg's attack. So it should be an interesting game here tonight.
It should. You know, one of the things tonight that's going to be a challenge for both teams is that the field is not in the best condition. You'll see during our broadcast that the field's burned out in a lot of different areas, and a lot of it has to do with lack of watering and the amount of heat we've had here in Harrisburg. But more importantly, the grass has been short. They had a youth tournament on here today, so it burned it up pretty bad. So it's going to impact the way these teams move the ball around.
Absolutely. This will be the Islanders' 10th home game of the season, recording a record of 6-1-2 overall. They've been outstanding at home. 23 goals and only allowing 10 at home. And right now they lead in the most goals in the USL Pro with 31 goals. So they're on hot and they're scoring. And Welker, of course, is on fire lately for them.
He's done great for them. Again, local product has done very well. Exciting player to watch. You know, every broadcast we've been able to really praise him. And it's well-deserved praise as well. He's been playing very good soccer for the Harrisburg City Islanders.
Sounds good. Should be an interesting game tonight. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Night. You'll see all the City Islander players in pink, as are we here supporting breast cancer. So when we return, we've got USL Pro Soccer action right here on Invicta Sports.
The economic recovery is underway, but many families are still hurting. If you're facing foreclosure due to unemployment, underemployment, or unexpected medical expenses, we may be able to help. You may qualify for assistance through the Emergency Homeowners Loan Program, assistance that may help you keep your home. To learn more, call us weekdays during normal business hours at the number shown on your screen, or visit our website. A simple call may save your home.
Got old electronics, such as a TV or computer to recycle? We've got your answer at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
E-cycling is quick, easy, and free for all county residents.
You can also recycle old major appliances and other items safely at our center.
Have questions? Call our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or check our website for more information.
Recycling is now more convenient than ever.
Join us in going green to protect our environment.
Keep our earth clean and green. Wipe out waste and recycle.
Hi, my name is Kelly Lewis, president of TechQuest Pennsylvania. We started TechQuest Pennsylvania to attract technology investments into the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, working with business leaders, government leaders, and educators to find the best way to make Pennsylvania a leader in the innovation economy. From internships to workforce training to jobs to broadband, we work to develop the innovation economy in Pennsylvania. Check us out at techquestpa.com.
And welcome back to the Skyline Sports Complex for tonight's action. It's a hot and sticky one. I know the temperatures were pushing 103 earlier today here on the island, Larry. And, you know, although it's come down a little bit, it's still extremely humid on the island right now. And that's going to be interesting because LA played last night a game, so they're coming off of a game in this heat last night and having to recover quickly for tonight's game. It's 96 degrees right now down on the field. It's right around 100 degrees, 101, and there's no movement in air down there, so it's going to be a pretty interesting night to see how they match up and if they can go the distance in this heat.
Well, again, I think at this point of the season, you should be pretty fit, so I don't think playing last night is going to impact them all that much, Chad. Obviously, the heat here in the east compared to out in the west where it's hot but not as humid could impact them a little bit, but you know, we'll see how the game goes.
Far side of the field, LA with some control here, working the ball forward into the center now. A little bit hard to see the numbers on the shorts from up here. We'll get those to you. Calvano gets ahead on it. Here's Hodgkins with it. Jason Hodgkins getting the start again here tonight. We'll go off him and out of play. We'll have a throw in for LA. LA with control now with it. Samaniago sends it into the center now for Chinchindu. They'll send it all the way back now for Duout, the goaltender for the LA Blues. Of course, the last time these two teams met, it was an interesting one. It was a 2-1 victory for the Islanders, and that was really when the Welker scoring, I guess, explosion started for Harrisburg, as he picked up a goal in that game and has just continued to score every game since.
Well, you know, he's been an unknown, you know, at the beginning of the season. Now everybody's kind of has an idea who he is, so he'll be watched more so than was in the beginning of the season. But you know what? Don't take away from the fact that the kid's a good player. He's done well.
Here's Torre down inside the box. Now Torre gets a shot off. That one goes wide of the mark. That was a misplay in the back there by Akawari for the LA Blues, and that one picked up, though, by Torre. And he's a dangerous player out there. Just when you think he's at the top gear, he's got that second gear to kick it in.
He's a very underestimated player, too, because he looks tall and lanky and not very strong on the ball, but then all of a sudden he comes up with some great skill and great speed and has done a great job for these guys. The last couple starts, he's had a pair of goals, some assists. You know, he's been very exciting to watch, and he's been very explosive for the Harrisburg City Islanders.
Ball played out here. Settled down and be headed to this near side again. That one will be sent out by Akawari. Calvano will come over and take the throw. Calvano working an extra 20 yards into that throw from where it went out of bounds. Ball comes out. LA. You could definitely see that LA comes in with the about the same type of skill level as the City Islanders, especially compared to the last few games that we watched here on the island, Larry. This is going to be a big contest. Something that we didn't mention in our pregame that we should mention is why this game is so important here tonight. Harrisburg is only 4 points behind Rochester right now in the National Division, and the playoffs are only 6 games away. And LA is just 3 points behind Harrisburg in third place. So this is a key matchup for both of these teams tonight.
Well, you know, again, it's unfortunate, you know, two teams that like to hold the ball have to play on such a poor surface. I know that it's very concerning to the City Islanders, and I'm sure LA has shown their discontent for it. This time of year, generally, you got to water like crazy, and the Islanders aren't in control of that. Unfortunately, if they would be, the field would be moist all the time. But that could indicate, or that could change the complexion of this game as the game goes on.
Exactly, because it makes it difficult to knock that ball around. Here's LA down inside the box. A ball knocked in there, and that one's going to be sent away by Noon for Harrisburg. Want to say hi to everybody watching on USL Live. Thanks for tuning in and watching your Harrisburg City Islanders, and for everybody watching in LA, thanks for tuning in as well and watching your LA Blues. Got a good contest here tonight on USL Live. We've enjoyed bringing you action all season long here. Of course, this will be our last broadcast of the year here for the City Islanders for our regular season. And, of course, playoffs around the corner. We hope to see Harrisburg in that playoff hunt and right straight through, hopefully with a championship again this year. Ball down inside. LA with some control still. Ball chipped to that far side, and it's going to go off of Basso. And we'll have a throw in deep in now for the LA Blues. We also want to mention we've been taking a poll on our Invicta website all season long. We've been asking you, who do you think is going to win the USL Pro in their inaugural season this year for the merging the USL 1 and 2 together? We'd like you to go on there and take a look at the poll. Right now, Harrisburg is ahead of actually New York by just a few percentage points. We'd like to get as many votes in. We'll announce the winner of that poll later on in our broadcast, but you can do so by going to invicta.net. While you're there, also click on, follow us on Facebook, and you'll also see all the games that we do all season long in other sports on our YouTube channel. Ball sent in, and that one just headed wide of the mark. So a nice play down inside there, and that one goes off the head of Garcia.
That was a great service. It was whipped away from the keeper. Again, great header, snap to the back post, just missed the upper 90 corner from, unfortunately, Chad, I can't see the name from up here. On these blue
Garcia.
Garcia.
Yep. Yeah, he got a great snap on that ball, and good pressure down in their last minute or so, minute and a half for LA, knocking on the door. It seems like as this game goes on, they start to get more and more comfortable with the field and knocking the ball around and starting to sit into their game.
Well, they're going to have no choice. They're going to have to play through it. My initial concern is that it wasn't able to get cut since last Wednesday, and it's going to be a little shaggy, or we would call maybe a little hairy. Grass gets a little bit slow, you know, a little chunky, and again, that's where you see a lot of those brown spots. It's kind of burnt up a little bit, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it.
Islanders will start to push along this near side. Calvano sends it in the center for Noon. Noon sends it all the way back now. Thayer with it, switches it to the far side. Basso with it. Intended for Pelletier, intercepted by LA. They'll start to strike down the right side. Good battle down inside, and Basso comes up with this one and sends it out. Harrisburg struggling to get the ball up over midfield here in about the last 2-3 minutes here, Larry. LA doing a good job of possessing the ball.
Well, they have. I mean, LA's done a great job, not only just possession, but penetrating well. I mean, they've gotten in behind a couple times. They're forcing Harrisburg to face their goal a little bit, making life a little bit more difficult for them. But again, you know what? Good composure so far from LA, keeping the ball.
Ball knocked a little too long and down the sideline here. Again, breast cancer awareness night here on City Island. So the Islanders in their pink uniforms tonight. Got a great crowd on hand too. They had their 3v3 surf and turf tournament here on the island today. The 3v3 tournament with the younger kids. They played here on the main field as well as the volleyball sand courts down to the right of the field, down just past the end zone there, and had a great number of players there. A lot of players are back here tonight with their families, so enjoying some professional soccer after a great day of soccer on the island. It was hot, but all the young kids look like they're having a ball either way.
Well, you know they're going to sleep well tonight. I was talking to some of the kids and some of their families, and they've been here since 10 o'clock this morning, and you know they're feeling it. There's no question about it.
When we were setting up today, the temperatures were so warm that even when we were setting up our scaffolding, we were wearing gloves and we were still getting burnt. So you could just goes to tell you, how hot it really is out there. When they talk about being able to fry eggs and stuff on concrete, I believe it. Today was one of those days. Harrison comes out, gathers this one in. We're in our 9th minute of play. Happy to have you along here on Invicta Sports in our final broadcast of the summer. I know myself and Larry Julius have enjoyed this greatly, bringing the Islander games to you. We always look forward to this time of the year being able to bring the gear in and bring all the guys in and televise these games and show off the USL Pro Soccer to people around the mid-state here. And it's been nice being able to do it as well on USL Live this year and broadening that audience even for the Harrisburg City Islanders and Invicta Sports as well. So it's been a pleasure working with the USL on the live broadcast.
Well, the feedback we've gotten too from people around the country, just from people that have watched it on the internet in St. Louis, Milwaukee, LA. I mean, we've had quite a bit of response. It's been fantastic, and the coverage has been good, and they've enjoyed everything so far.
Down inside, here comes LA, top of the box. Calvano trying to clear it out. Harrisburg really struggling right now to try and move this ball over midfield. LA is doing a fantastic job of pressuring deep. Now ahead for Welker now. Welker's got Torre. Torre breaking down inside. Gets a foot on it, but that one just rolls. The goaltender due out. And opportunity there, but that not really the type you want. You want to be able to get a few more people in there so you can get a rebound or whatnot. But that's really the first opportunity to get the ball over midfield in the last 5 minutes here, Larry.
Well, LA did a good job staying composed, staying connected in the back. They had all their back four back behind the ball. Even the ball that Welker played in, it was started in a Torre. Good ball. Somewhat of a direct ball, was well read by LA, and they had it covered fairly well. Los Angeles so far has impressed me just the way they've kept the composure after traveling and playing a game like you said last night, Chad, and they've done a nice job to sustain anything that Harrisburg's throwing them. Obviously, we fully expect Harrisburg to lift the level of their game up. I mean, they've been great here on the island all year long, so we fully suspect them, after a big out on the other night, to come back and make something happen.
Marshall down on the field there. Of course, he was injured earlier on in the season as well. Marshall back up. Throw in here for the LA Blues. Down the line, the ball gathered in now by Cisse. Cisse sends it back now for Randolph. And now the Islanders trying stretching the field and moving this ball out. Again, they keep having to go backwards an awful lot here in this first half. Becerra now with it. Holds up. Becerra still with time. Out for Basso now. That one a little too far from him, but it looks like the Islanders, no, it'll go to LA Blues on the throw-in. Quickly now, LA working the far side of the field. Ball chipped down inside. Here comes the Blues. Shot taken. Harrison just lets that one go. The shot taken there by De Leon. So good opportunity down on that far side, Larry.
Great opportunity. What looked to be non-productive turned into be a very productive shot.
Gets down in there, waits for the bounce, actually just maybe mishit that one.
It almost appears he was just going back to the back post, trying to put something in front of the net for somebody to run onto it. But a great turn on it, unsuspected. Say if they had a trailer coming from the outside mid, maybe sliding to the back post, it's a tap-in for him.
Hotchkiss here has that one go off his foot and out of play. Seems like the Islanders are just, they're like a step behind, it seems, right now. Like they're, you know,
It could
not,
be.
not behind, step late on everything. Step late on especially offensively and moving the ball and getting to the ball.
You know, it could be also, too, that, you know, LA's done a nice job of moving the ball quick.
Absolutely.
You know, they have not allowed them to sit on top of the ball where maybe Harrisburg's been a little step slow. Again, you know, we've seen this off and on from all year. They've been very good at, you know, finding ways to score. It's not always been the most prettiest soccer they've played, but they find a way to score. And again, they need to develop a little bit of rhythm, establish a little bit of rhythm. This is probably not how Coach Betcher wanted them to start, but I'm sure that they will pick up their tempo.
This being our last broadcast of the season, one thing that we can mention is USL Pro has done a great job of expanding, and what I mean by that is they've also expanded the USL now into indoor soccer with the USLI program, I guess is what they call the USL Indoor, and so some of these teams are actually going to then transition right into indoor teams. I know Baltimore's is part of the new league that's come together with that. I'm not sure if they've taken on the old MISL league name or not, but I know that's a new thing that the USL has done, and I think that's great because now they can continue to have competitive professional soccer for young players to go out and see year-round. Here's a great ball through. I'm not sure if he was off. It looked like De Leon was on by probably a step or two, but we've said that before.
Yeah.
The replay has proven us wrong.
That was a great through ball. It was well weighted, just right in his path. If anything, he might have been a half a step offside, but without the replay, we can't tell.
Here's Hotchkiss with it now. Plays it back for Calvano again. Ball may be better served on the ground to somebody, a short pass there. Pelletier's going to switch it to the far side for Basso now. Basso sends it ahead. Trying to get it back to him. Can't get it to him. LA doing a great job of possession here, moving the ball well, finding the open man, making some runs, getting in the open spaces.
You know, and Coach Betcher did say that this is one of the better possession teams that they've played against all year. And again, you know, if they're going to be patient and they're going to keep the ball, again, keeping it with a purpose, could very well turn out to be productive for LA. You know, and Harrisburg at some point is going to have to start to keep the ball too. Force LA to start to move and work a little bit without the ball.
This game sort of reminds me a little bit of that Orlando game, the possession game that Orlando brought to the island, similar to what we're seeing out of LA right now. The short possession game, not really driving many balls straight over the top, not many long runs, kind of working the ball forward, using your triangles, and then once you're inside the last 40 yards, then you start to see the runs.
Agreed. I mean, you know, Orlando is probably the best team to date that we have seen on the island, and they have done a fantastic job as far as possession and keeping the ball. You know, LA, I wouldn't say is to the level of Orlando, Chad, but
right.
I would say that they are
we're seeing this kind of the same similar style. Is what I meant by that.
Yeah, I agree. They're trying to do similar things, and again, this looks like this could be a very good game tonight. This is going to come down to a one-goal game.
These are the type of games that maybe the viewer at home doesn't understand what's really going on out there, but the possession game is 90% of the game. You know, so when you see that, they want to see goals, but this is a great ball in Bertore, and that one just goes wide of the mark. What a great ball sent in there by Hodgkins. I thought it was going to float a little too long, Larry. And Torre just snapping that one.
I don't think Jason's ball was intended for him to head it, to be honest with you. I think he was intending him to take it off his chest and finish it. Torre obviously didn't think he had that kind of time, so he went to the snap header. Great opportunity either way you look at it. The goalkeeper, I thought, misjudged a little bit. I think he dove a little early, and I thought it was going to squeeze in the side netting.
So an opportunity there for Harrisburg in the 16th minute. Still 0-0. Don't forget, we'd like to have you go on to Invicta.net and take our poll. Who's going to win the USL Pro this season? Let us know who you think. And we'll bring you the results from our season-long poll tonight in the second half here in our final game of the season. You can go to Invicta.net to take the poll. Also, friend us on Facebook, and you can see all the other events and products that we do through our YouTube channel as well. Just click on that link on our website. If you'd like to send us some feedback, you can do that as well. You can send an email to cedwards@invicta.net. Let us know what you think about our coverage here this year on Invicta Sports and USL Live. We always enjoy the feedback. It lets us try to grow and work on some new things and try and do some things better. So the feedback, good and bad, is always welcome.
Yeah, that's about the third or fourth time that De Leon's been called offside. Either that's becoming a little lazy on his part to not recover, or he's just not aware of where Harrisburg's back four is sitting. But, you know, I know the coach has yet to say anything to him, but this is third or fourth time in this short period is unacceptable. Not at this level.
Right. And that one, he came back from offsides just to receive the ball. So
correct. Which that's my point. It's just a little lazy. You know, it's just work back with the back four. You have one responsibility. You're not asking to get chased. You're asking just to work back with the back four. And of course, he hasn't been able to do that yet.
Walker knocked down hard there on the foul. The Islanders with a restart here.
Los Angeles foul against number 2, Early Garcia. Free kick for the City Islanders.
There's the Basso for the Harrisburg City Islanders. He's been an outstanding defender this year for the Islanders. Pelletier over the ball, as well as Becerra. Pelletier will serve this one in, strikes it hard, flicked on, and that one goes into net! I'm not sure if Welker got a head on that or not. It might have gone straight in for Pelletier. I think it did, Larry. They gonna call an offsides here? They're waiting to see here on the, there may have been an offsides that called against Welker on the play, but I don't think Welker touched it, Larry.
That was Andrew Marshall.
Yeah, it is a goal. It was Marshall, okay.
It is a goal!
So in the 19th minute, Marshall.
And the assist number 22, Jason Pelletier.
Pelletier gets the assist on the play. And the goalie is livid right now, and Duau is going to get a yellow card. And the goalie is very upset. I think they thought that he was offsides on the play.
It's hard to say, Chad, to be honest with you, but I can tell you one thing: to go down a man right now, because you're not going to change the call at this point. To go down a man now is not going to help matters much. Now he's playing with pain on his back, and that's going to change the way he's going to have to perform inside his 18.
And Coach Namo is up off the bench as well, and he's awful excited. I'm not quite sure, you know, they're saying that it went off the head of Marshall. I did not see Marshall get his head on it. It looked like it was over his head and just bounced right up in that top corner.
It looked like he had skimmed it. He looked like he had skimmed it, yeah.
The ball comes all the way back, so Islanders up 1-0 here. They strike early in a game that really LA has controlled here since about the 4th minute of this game. Islanders off a restart on that far side.
Well, unfortunately, what they don't want to see happen now is this game to get out of control only 20 minutes in. It certainly isn't going to do justice for the fans. It certainly is not going to be a quality match. I can assure you that there's a little bit of heat between both teams, knowing that LA is right behind Harrisburg, and LA's, you know, obviously looking to gain some points here.
Exactly.
But I can see the frustration. You know, they feel like they've dominated the first 20 minutes of this match and have given up a goal. How many times we've seen that?
We've seen that a lot go the other way, late in games.
That's the game.
Games, exactly.
That is the game.
Ball comes in for Torre. Good defensive play there in the back by number 5, Akwari. Another ball for Torre. Now Torre trying to bring it down inside. Torre still with it, heads that one, and it's going to go wide. Sandy Torre real busy up top there for the Islanders.
Again, Torre, good individual effort, but Torre has Welker breaking in, and all he has to do is nod the ball to the floor. Torre became a little selfish in that particular run and tried to snap it to the goal. You could tell he was going for goal on that. 18 yards away and a ball popping over his head. I don't think he's going to finish that.
Headed up top now. Here comes LA as they settle it on this near side. Samaniago. Hodgkins just flips this one for Pelletier. Pelletier trying to get there. Pelletier knocked down. Good defensive play there by LA. Stand your ground, defenders. Hold your ground. Pelletier actually coming in, flying in. So if anything, you would have got the call going your way if you're LA anyways. That ball down this near side was going to run long as Rivera tried to send it down the near side. Quickly in now for Noon. Noon back for Harrison. Harrison's going to just drive this one out near side here for Hodgkins. That'll skip over and out of play. We played 22 minutes here. Islanders up 1-0 off a restart. Ball sent in by Pelletier, flicked on by Marshall. And now we've got a throw in here for the Islanders, and LA is not happy here with the call. Calvano will send it back in play. That ball's going to run off the sideline. We'll have a throw in now for LA. So temperatures starting to flare up here. Of course, these two teams just played just a short time ago, Larry, a couple weeks ago. So 2 games in a row down there as well. Of course, Harrisburg winning 2-1 the last time they met. Here's Hodgkins. Hodgkins trying to send Becerra in, and that one just a little too long. Becerra wanted that ball played to his feet. So we're in our 23rd minute. Harrisburg up 1-0. We're going to take a break here from our sponsors.
The economic recovery is underway, but many families are still hurting. If you're facing foreclosure due to unemployment, underemployment, or unexpected medical expenses, we may be able to help. You may qualify for assistance through the Emergency Homeowners Loan Program, assistance that may help you keep your home. To learn more, call us weekdays during normal business hours at the number shown on your screen, or visit our website. A simple call may save your home.
Got old electronics, such as a TV or computer to recycle? We've got your answer at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
E-cycling is quick, easy, and free for all county residents.
You can also recycle old major appliances and other items safely at our center.
Have questions? Call our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or check our website for more information.
Recycling is now more convenient than ever.
Join us in going green to protect our environment.
Keep our earth clean and green. Wipe out waste and recycle.
Hi, my name is Kelly Lewis, president of TechQuest Pennsylvania. We started TechQuest Pennsylvania to attract technology investments into the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, working with business leaders, government leaders, and educators to find the best way to make Pennsylvania a leader in the innovation economy. From internships to workforce training to jobs to broadband, we work to develop the innovation economy in Pennsylvania. Check us out at techquestpa.com.
Islanders on the far side. Becerra trying to get to this ball, just too far for him. LA possessing the ball here, trying to move forward. See if they can tie things up here. Still early in the second half. Or sorry, this first half, I should say. Ball switch to the near side of the field. Randolph with it now. Randolph waits. Cuts it inside. Back for Randolph here. No movement right for Randolph, so nowhere to go. Here's Welker with it now. Welker, who has been on fire, 8 goals. He leads the USL right now in goals. He's had 8 goals in the last, I think, 5 games it is or something, Larry.
That's fantastic.
He's been, yeah, of course, 3 goals in last game.
Well, the fact of the matter, the kid's a local product. You know, he kind of walks on here after not getting drafted. I mean, that's just it's a great story.
Exactly. And the way he's playing, you know, there's got to be some eyeballs. We saw Shanen William go from this team, who was a sub for 2-3 years. I think Shanen may have started one good game that I know of. He always was a player to come off the bench, and here he is, a superstar in the MLS now, picked as one of the top 11 players in the MLS right now, and being one of those defenders. So we know that eyeballs are on these players right now, and Wade Welker's playing right now. You never know. You just never know. When this season ends, where could he be?
Well, more than likely he'll probably get slid into the Union if in fact they need something for the position that he plays. Now he's versatile, so he's been in a position to, you know, could play anywhere on the field. But we'll see. You know, Union's in first place. I don't know what they're looking for, if they're looking for anything.
And of course, they got one of the best strikers in the league as well. So you know, he'll have tough competition trying to work his way in there.
Yeah.
Ball went up and out of play, and now Basso is able to get the ball. Getting ready to send this one into play. Ball switched up, intended for Hodgkins. Nice job defensively there for LA as they just head that ball out. Again, Randolph trying to chase it down. Randolph, Hodgkins will send it all the way back here. Again, comes all the way back for Marshall. Marshall going to just clear this one down. I think he was looking for Welker right now. The two of them talking back and forth on who was going to go where.
Seem to have a little discrepancy between the LA players. I mean, they're all starting to bicker amongst each other. And
exactly.
I know it's frustrating, you know, to hold possession for 20 minutes and then give up a restart. And, you know, I guess that level of frustration is well warranted, but it can't affect now the way you play. And if it does that, then it's gonna shoot them where they don't want to be shot this next half, because Harrisburg will then have them right where they want it.
Randolph drives this one deep. LA trying to control it. They do. Top of the box, and that one blocked off of Noon. Trying to rip that one was Byers for the LA Blues. And we'll have a throw-in on the far side.
Beer, food, fun. Put them together, what do you get? O'Reilly's Tap Room at Best Western Premier, the Central Hotel and Conference Center. Get a hearty meal. Enjoy live entertainment. Have a great breakfast.
Far side, Basso looking to throw this one in. He does. Finds Noon now. Noon has Hoskins real wide here. Not able to get the ball to him. LA comes up with it. Possession at midfield. LA looking to strike now. Samaniago trying to play that one down inside. Gets it right back. A little frustrated looking for the overlap there from Michaud, but Michaud did not make the run. And maybe a little frustration starting to settle in here. You know, LA doing a pretty good job possessing the ball. They're just not getting the opportunities up top and getting the shots on goal yet.
There's no question. I mean, you could tell there's a little frustration in the way LA's playing at the moment. Harrisburg has gained control of this match, put them right where they want to be. They're in charge completely as far as possession. They look like they're in command. They look like they've now set the tempo. LA just, again, looks like they're just bickering amongst one another, and you know, they're going to have to find a way to develop some sort of a rhythm or establish something, because what they lost, if they don't get back, they have no chance of coming back in this game.
Exactly. They got to keep cool heads, not let anything happen. You got the goalie playing with the yellow card. You never know what could happen there. Here comes LA now. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And honestly, Chad, it almost looks like the tempo slowed down a little bit too.
Yeah, it
from
has.
both squads.
Yep.
LA starting to walk.
Dudau comes out, sends that one out of play. Headed on by Noon. Noon will settle it. Quickly in for Becerra. Back for Noon as they start to move the ball around. Noon looking for somebody to move. Everybody kind of walking through everything. You're right, Larry. Just the tempo has slowed down drastically here.
And honestly, right now, with the frame of mind that LA looks like they're playing with, Harrisburg should go right down their throat. Even if it's a little bit direct, just to kind of plunk one over the top and see if they can score the second goal and stick that dagger in if they can. Because at the moment, it's a very dead game. You can hear the coach from LA just infuriated with his team at the moment. Just no movement whatsoever. The forwards are fighting with the midfielders. We're not pushing up. The backs are not controlling anything.
And the temperature really has not changed much. It's changed about 2 degrees. It's 94 degrees now here up where we are. Probably still close to 100 down on the field. So the heat not helping the matters, I'm sure, for either team here. Maybe why the pace is slowed down a little bit here as we get late in this first half. Hodgkin trying to switch that one inside, knocked out a play by LA. Another ball driven down inside, but offsides is going to be Calvano on the play.
LA looks like they're just a little bit of asleep. I mean, you know, Calvano's working hard coming out of the right-hand backside and flips the ball in. And LA standing and sleeping.
Ball sent up again. Here comes LA. That ball a little too far this time for De Leon. And Pelletier with it now for the Islanders. Pelletier sends it for Torre. Torre trying to turn the corner and does. Torre with it now down that far side. Has Welker near the top of the box. Torre one-on-one, stops, checks it up, plays it in for Becerra. Becerra lets one go, and that one easily gathered in by Duhout. And we'll have a throw in here for LA. Steve Woodison up off the bench for the Islanders, looking for a call there. Calvano comes in and sort of repays the favor there. And we're going to have a throw in now for the Islanders. And the yellow card going to be handed out here to Samaniego.
You know, to be honest with you, Chad, I know I may get in trouble for saying this, but I'm going to tell you right now, to me, that LA has lost their discipline.
They have.
They have completely, to me, have come unglued. And if I'm the head coach, if I'm Charlie Naemo, I'm all over them. You know, because they're not. We traveled this far to now self-destruct against a team where I need to get the points. At bare minimum, get a tie out of. And my players are imploding in front of me. To me, that has to be him. He has to be the one to step up and not accept this type of behavior. That's a absolutely uncalled for yellow card. Absolutely. Flipping the ball up in the air. What is that game? You know, game up
on the throw-in.
Absolutely, yeah. At midfield for that matter.
Exactly.
I mean, it's almost frustrating for me to watch as a former player to think, why are you imploding 33 minutes into a match? You know, I'm saying this to myself, and here, then again, now this guy's got to play with paint. He's already been frustrated prior to this. So at what point will it be where?
And I'll take the other side of that, Larry, and say we've all been there too.
We have. No, we have.
all go through those frustrating games and we do stupid things.
But that's where I don't think they're thinking too much. I mean, now the coach has got players off the bench and well warranted. You know, if I'm him, I'm looking to make some changes because at this point in time now, any irrational card or any irrational foul turns into another card, and then next thing you know, you're playing down a man and you have no chance of coming back.
I know I mentioned this in the pregame, and you had mentioned, you know, at this level, your fitness level, it doesn't matter playing the night before, but is this partially being tired? Is this partially, you know, lingering from frustration from the night before? Even though they come off a win, we don't know what type of game it really was. Is that the type of thing that carries over sometimes?
It could, but, you know, if anything, I would say it would be more the frustration from the last time they played each other because there were some incidences during that time. But again, for the first 20 minutes, LA looked like they were in great control. And then all of a sudden, they give up a goal and they implode. So that's why I'm saying, from a leadership standpoint, that's where it has to come down. Hey, not acceptable. We're not going to play like this. Keep your composure. You know, now maybe he's saying that. I can't see his mannerisms from here. Obviously, the coach's back is to us. But, you know, if I'm him, that's my main concern right now, is making sure that my team stays composed. We are not out of this game.
We just saw Steve Woodison, who's always an emotional player up off the bench for the Islanders. Always making sure he's vocal to the players and staying on top of things. So Pelletier will serve this one in again here for the Islanders. Of course, he was the one that sent in the restart. Drives this one long again here. Flicked on by Calvano, but not sure what the call was. Maybe a push-off. Didn't see the flag go up, so it wasn't an offside, so maybe a push-off by Calvano down inside.
I couldn't either, but I could tell you, you know, in the past I've been a little critical of.
Take a look at the foul here, right there in midfield.
Now whistling at City Island.
That's what
A little frustration.
led to the restart.
In the past, I've been a little critical of Jason's restart, Jason Pelletier's. And
I thought
these
those
last
two have been good.
great. Yeah. Now it's, he's whipped them in hard, firmer to the back. They haven't been floating in where the players going on to head them now don't have to get up and really kill themselves to head it. Now they can go up and just misdirect them. So both balls he's played so far tonight have been excellent services.
Those are the types of things you need when you're right now in position for a playoff run. You need players that are going to be serving balls like that on those restarts. You have to take advantage of those, and they're going to call Jason Hodgkins off. And good call. He stepped and then stepped back. So an offsides charge against Hodgkins there.
A little ambitious by Jason, but I mean, he did well. He's got himself in a wide out position. Jason plays a great ball in over the top. But needless to say, I mean, it was a good attempt. No harm done.
And he's forcing LA to play it,
Yeah,
play
absolutely.
safe, and have to be there and keep an eye on them. They can't start cheating up this near side. That ball's going to go off of Harrisburg. That should be a corner kick, and it is. So good heads-up play there. So corner kick deep here. Taking plenty of time to go take this one to Santiago. Harrisburg bringing everybody down inside the box here. They're going to defend this one hard. They're up 1-0. Ball driven near that far post. That one headed on by Calvano. Flicked on by Torre, and it'll go out of play. We'll have a throw-in now for LA. So well defended there by Harrisburg. We're in our 38th minute. Happy to have you on, watching us here, for everybody watching on USL Live here in the Harrisburg and Central PA area, and also for everybody watching in LA. Thanks for watching and tuning into USL Live. We're enjoying bringing coverage of your LA Blues here on Invicta Sports as well. It's been a lot of fun being able to bring each and every team to the viewers around the country and around the world, actually, on USL Live, and giving us a chance to see some great teams here on the island all season long. I've been anticipating this game all season, to be honest with you, Larry. I've been watching LA and seeing what they're doing. They're a strong team, and I was excited to see this game finally come here and see these two teams match up.
Well, after their first meeting out in LA, when they had to tie and the Islanders were able to get away with the win, I knew, being the scores were as tight as they were, that this would be a great finale. And honestly, now that the playoff race is shaping up the way it is, and LA just behind them and Rochester just above Harrisburg, this makes it that much more critical for these guys to perform.
Absolutely. Harrisburg can pull within 1 point tonight. Of course, Rochester played last night against Pittsburgh. They won that game pretty handedly. And as long as Harrisburg can stay within 1 point, all they got to do is wait for Rochester to slip up, which is not something that Rochester does easily. Of course, they got a great coach there, and a player that you played with and know very well. And they're always strong contenders, and with Harrisburg just nipping at the heels, they need to make sure that they capitalize on every one of these last few games of the season and stay right there. If they can stay in second place no matter what, but if they can get that first place position, we're going to see some playoff games on the island, which would be nice.
You know, Bob and Bill go way back. I played with Bob early on in his career, and Bill came in shortly after that, and then they played together for several years. So they know each other very well. Bob is, in my mind, a very defensive-orientated person who really, really wants to compete from a defensive standpoint. And then you have Bill, who was an offensive-minded guy, who you can see now his teams had that offensive flair to it, so it should make up a good playoff match, as is their games have so far this year, if they were to come up against each other.
Islanders defending well there, come up with the ball. Now LA with it. Bad ball across the front there. Hodgkins able to gather it in. Calvano with it now, has Hodgkins to the outside. Instead picks Noon. Noon looking for some space. Chips this one to the far side. Becerra is on sides.
I'll tell you what, yeah, he was off by 3 or 4 yards before the ball was even struck. the referee was in poor position to make that call. And you can see LA is very frustrated about that now. They feel like they've been robbed twice, but he was in a bad spot. Handball just missed right there.
May have been a give back.
I don't know. It's interesting. We've seen some phenomenal officiating. We've seen some mediocre officiating right now. I think the start of this game has just kind of changed the mentality of everybody at this moment.
Hodgkin's shaken up on that last head ball there. And the free kick is going to go for LA. They'll do a restart deep here. Long ball driven down, nobody there. And this one will run off the sideline. The deep throw in now for the Islanders. In our 42nd minute, Islanders strike it in the 19th minute. Pelletier sending in a restart. Marshall flicking on, scoring the goal. Gave Harrisburg the 1-0 lead where we are here. Becerra trying to knock that one down. Basso trying to get there. He does. Basso has some room ahead. Becerra now with some room has Welker floating just behind. Here comes Becerra. Basso breaking in as well. In for Basso. Flicked on by Torre. Basso scores, but Torre's in an offsides position. They're going to call it back. What a great buildup. Why Torre was in, why he had to get in so deep, I'm not sure on that one, Larry.
Well, it's either going to be offside or it was a high kick on Torre. Again, who scored that? Welker.
Welker, exactly.
On the end of it.
Yep. He floated back there just waiting. As you see here, there you see Welker waiting. Basso gets a play on it. And it looked like an offsides. I mean, Torre was way off, it looked like, from what we saw. Here's an opportunity for LA. LA down inside, they score! They tie it up here in the 43rd minute of play. And
very interesting turn of events how LA.
Rivera gets the goal.
LA comes back and strikes after that bit of a lull and frustrating last 20-minute period. They come back and they score, so they even the matchup. Now, if they're smart, they're going to regain their composure, regain what they had started with to make a better game out of this.
Did not see who got the assist on that, but a nice coming back the other way. They tie things up here, 1-1 in the 43rd minute of play. Brand new contest now, Larry, brand new contest.
Just before halftime, it's exactly what they needed.
Take that into the locker room, do some talking. Here's Torre trying to get that one in, knocked away there by Duout. Torre's been busy up top. So now Harrisburg has to change their game plan. They were pushing a little bit, maybe playing a little bit extra defensively here. Now they have to open the game back up again with it being a 1-1 goal, or get 1-1 score, I should say. So it's 1-1, and now we're 44th minute of play. Again, Islanders in their pink jerseys tonight for Breast Cancer Awareness Night on City Island. A lot of people wearing pink shirts. A lot of people affected by breast cancer. I know my wife losing both her aunt and her grandmother to breast cancer. It affects so many families. It's great to bring awareness and make sure you get checked early. That's a big part of it. And it looks like LA is just more than happy to bring this one to halftime, go into halftime 1-1, come back out, restructure. Namo, I'm sure, is going to go into halftime and get these players to maybe settle back down a little bit now that they're back in this game. Cooler heads prevail. Got a few players out there that have been carded. They're going to have to play a little bit more cautious. Harrisburg going to be able to push. We'll have to wait and see with this heat, see if there's going to be any changes right at halftime. That ball's going to go up and out of play.
Found it interesting that LA was going to try to sub with a minute and a half left in the halftime. I'm not quite sure what the intent was there, unless they're playing with an injured player.
Might be. Cisse trying to get their Cisse inside the box, and Harrison able to come out out of that one. A dangerous opportunity there.
That was a broken play.
Harrison did not like that. I think Cisse maybe getting a foot in there on it, and now Harrison has to keep his head in this one. It looked like Cisse, when he jumped over, may have just, you know how you leave the foot down a little bit.
Yeah. There's frustration here. I mean, this is there's frustration here. I mean, this is going to make for an ugly finish if they don't get these under control.
Take a look at the replay here as he comes in. Looks like both of them are just going to get. Yeah, you could see Cisse deliberately leaving the foot down and knocking them, and the referee is trying to settle things down. You can see Harrison was not happy with that, and neither would I be.
Well, I wouldn't be either, but I got to be honest with you, I'm watching that too, Chad, and it almost looked like he kind of lazily jumped over him. You know, I didn't see really an intent for him to jam his foot down on top of him. Looked like he kind of lazily went over the top.
But he picked up the one foot. He could have picked up the other. But either way, I mean, that's soccer.
I see it. I know. But I'm looking at it thinking, oh, you know what? Maybe he thinks he cleared him and he didn't. You know, who's to say?
Exactly.
You know, we can make our assumptions up here. We have replay, but nobody else can see what we say.
But also, you just got the goalie to stir it up a little bit. You got him off his game a little bit. You know, you want to do that when you come out for the second half and you keep pressuring him now. Now he's going to be able to cool off and come back out.
Very true.
Hoskins trying to head that one through, and that's it. We played an extra minute and 20 seconds. And it's been an interesting first half of play, Larry. 2 goals, one off a restart. And, of course, a nice opportunity down at this near side, another restart. And LA comes right down in the 43rd minute, ties it up 1-1. So our goal scorers are Marshall for Harrisburg and Rivera for LA Blues. Stay with us. Coming up, second half, right here on Invicta Sports.
Well, it's interesting.
The economic recovery is underway, but many families are still hurting. If you're facing foreclosure due to unemployment, underemployment, or unexpected medical expenses, we may be able to help. You may qualify for assistance through the Emergency Homeowners Loan Program, assistance that may help you keep your home. To learn more, call us weekdays during normal business hours at the number shown on your screen, or visit our website. A simple call may save your home.
Got old electronics, such as a TV or computer to recycle? We've got your answer at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
E-cycling is quick, easy, and free for all county residents.
You can also recycle old major appliances and other items safely at our center.
Have questions? Call our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or check our website for more information.
Recycling is now more convenient than ever.
Join us in going green to protect our environment.
Keep our earth clean and green. Wipe out waste and recycle.
Hi, my name is Kelly Lewis, president of TechQuest Pennsylvania. We started TechQuest Pennsylvania to attract technology investments into the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, working with business leaders, government leaders, and educators to find the best way to make Pennsylvania a leader in the innovation economy. From internships to workforce training to jobs to broadband, we work to develop the innovation economy in Pennsylvania. Check us out at techquestpa.com.
And we're underway here in our second half of play. It should be an interesting one here. We've got 1-1 score to start off this second half. We had a little bit of heated exchanges in that first half. Few players with cards. Should be interesting to see what happens here. We'll take a look and go down through the lineups. I have not seen any substitutions as of yet, any changes. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. I'm expecting maybe, Larry, some changes for each team, maybe around that 60th minute.
I think we have one change, Chad, that went at the radar screen. Right at the end of the first half, if you recall, they were ready to bring a player in, and Rivera came out.
Oh, Rivera came out.
Rivera came out. He was a goal scorer. I went down and talked to Coach Fetcher in between the half, and obviously you and I with a headset on here don't hear a whole lot, but just said he had been mouthing back and forth with the coach throughout the course of the first half and put very little work in. They're very disappointed that he was the one that was a goal scorer because he was kind of strolling around the park. And it turns out that he was the goal scorer for them.
Gotcha. Well, sometimes, when players get heated, the coaches got to step in and do their job. They got to, the most important thing is you get the win at the end of the game. At the end of the day, that's what you got to get. And sometimes, players, sometimes the only way you get through to them and when they're heated like that is to pull them off the field. I've said it before, and I think every player in their career at some point in time knows what that's like. They just get so frustrated that they just, so either way, they made the change, and we'll have a restart here. Actually, Rivera is still on the field.
Akeem Priestley is the one that entered the game.
Priestley came in, I'm sorry, okay. And it looks like Mishad was the one that came out. Mishad came out.
Okay.
Hodgkins better back up here. Last thing he needs is a card right now, and now we'll have to restart. Hodgkins not happy with having to move back. This ball swung in, headed out by Calvano, and now flicked on and moved out near midfield.
Well, needless to say, Chad, I just talking to Bill at halftime, it's very frustrating as a coach when you have a player that's just strolling around the field. He ends up being the goal scorer, running his mouth the whole game, and you certainly know as a player how frustrating that can be, and as a coach.
Yeah.
And I just assumed, and silly me, I just assumed that was the one that was coming off. And I thought he was sitting right in front of us here in the black T-shirt. So
well, apparently things were settled in the locker room at halftime then.
Very well could have been. You're right. Very well could have been, because it sure looked like they were going at it when we had broke for halftime as well.
Ball sent out by number 5 for the City Islanders, Andrew Marshall. We'll have a throw in here for the LA Blues. We have some great feedback, actually. Some people visited our Facebook page, and we'd like to say hi to Simon Sanford, who contacted us from Manchester, England. And he's enjoying the contest here, and was excited to see the league. Never heard of the USL, and he says he got done watching the Manchester game and was looking around to see if there's any more soccer on. It's midnight over there, and he says he was happy to come along this and see LA and Harrisburg here playing. He's watching and enjoying it. We say thank you for watching. And he also made a comment about how we bring our commercials in. He said it was something different and wanted to know if we ever missed a goal. And my response to that, Simon, is actually we have not missed a goal, because we cut away and play the commercials in that picture-in-picture so we don't have to leave the game. And yet it gives our sponsors that little bit of extra that we can't necessarily give with just a logo on our scoreboard. It just gives a little extra punch. But no, we make sure replays are running and you see the game 100% of that action the whole time. But thank you for watching, and we appreciate your comments. We hope you'll tune in to watch more USL soccer games on USL Live as well. It really is a fun league to watch.
You know, Chaz, you look out upon the horizon out here, it almost looks like we're getting some weather coming our way.
Well, they were saying that we had the potential of some nasty weather moving in here with this humidity, of course, and the clouds are thickening up in the distance. Basso with it now deep. Wind's starting to pick up as well. That's a pretty good sign something might be moving into the area. Here's Becerra with it now. Becerra stops. Plays it for Pelletier. Pelletier now sends it to the outside for Torre. Torre in a foot race, trying to get there. Torre will. Stops, holds up, chips it down inside now. Here's Noon. Noon sends it back for Becerra. Becerra leaves it now, and Calvano couldn't pull the trigger. Got caught underneath his feet there. But
that's
what a great play.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It was a great run. You know, and for such a hardworking player like Calvano, it would have been great to see him pull a trigger and get the go-ahead goal here for the City Islanders.
I was surprised to see him as the one up in the mix, coming all the way from his right back position. What a great overlap to get in there.
You know, he's such a hard worker, Chad. And, you know, anytime you see a back that can penetrate up on top like that, whether it be an overlap or a penetrating run of some sort, and, you know, to be on the end of an equalizer, it's just such a great testimony to the work that they put in.
Exactly. Weather is really, seems like it's starting to change now, as the clouds are really starting to push in here.
I don't think we have ever been interrupted in the broadcast, have we?
No, we have not. I know we've had a game delayed, but we've never actually in the middle of a game had anything start. Looking at the radar, it doesn't seem like there's anything in our area. A small little cell just south of us that's moving through. But that's about it. Looks like it'll pass below us, and that's really what we're seeing is the clouds off in the distance here.
Definitely toned down the heat a little bit. I took some of that out.
Looks like it's just going to pass to the south of us, which is good.
A little red in there too. That means there's a little bit of thunder and lightning in there.
Definitely the humidity dropping here quite a bit here in the last minute or two. A little bit of breeze for a short moment. Here comes LA once again. We saw the same type of play in the first half. We started out Harrisburg with some possession, then LA coming right back. Now Harrisburg with possession again, looking to try and strike here. Have Torre ready to take off. Torre's going to go. And Aquari doing a good job defensively. He hits Torre, and he comes up with the ball as well. Torre went right down right away. I'll have to wait and see what happened. He took a knock to the knee. No, it looks like he's holding his right ankle. Maybe twisted it down in there when he went to make the cut.
Yeah, it's hard to see. It's hard to see from where we're sitting at.
Well, he's awful slow to get up on the far side. He looks like he's in some pretty good pain. You see some of the crowd on hand here today. Some junior soccer players. Take a look at the replay here and see what happens here. Down on the far side, we'll wait and see. Oh yeah, he looked like he went to try and turn and cut back, and when he planted his foot, it looked like Aquari may have stepped on his foot, it looked like. He's back up though, and the restart, and we're back to play here. Due out with it. He'll just send it ahead for Garcia now. Garcia will switch it up, looking for Rivera, and Bassa will settle that one down. Hodgkins gives it back to Bassa. Hodgkins looking for the overlap run. Basso's still with it. Tries to send it in there, and that one misplayed. LA able to work it to Rivera now. Rivera trying to make the turn. Hodgkins comes in, gets a play on that one. It'll be an LA throw-in. Welker sends it ahead for Torre, back for Welker. Welker waits, tries to send in. He does. He's got Noon trying to get to it. Noon still with possession. Chops it down inside, and that one's going to run off the end line. No, it is not. Duout was going to gather it in. Boy, dangerous opportunity there for Harrisburg.
You know, again, field a little bit wet in that corner down there, a little soft. JT couldn't keep his footing. Keeper did a nice job of applying pressure on the ball and forcing JT away, and of course, the end result is a foul and coming out the other way.
Got a player down inside the box for LA as well. And we're going to have our first sub of the game as well for LA, and looks like this is who the sub might be for. Noon making a great overlap here. Tries to cut it back. He does. Keeps possession. Tries to knock it in front. Goes off the defender for LA. The goaltender almost let that go out of bounds. Would have been a corner kick. So Baja will come in the game now for the LA Blues, and he's going to give a well-deserved rest to Randolph, who's been very busy back there defensively for the LA Blues. And a little gingerly coming off there.
Number 27, Carlos Borja.
So Borja in the game now for LA. We'll have to see what type of sub this is and what type of change he brings to the game. So the first sub coming here in the 55th minute of the game for LA.
Randolph was a steady mark in the back for them and did a great job for LA. We'll see if this changes anything for him.
There's Noon with it again now. Noon looking, has to play Calvano. Calvano will just send this one ahead. All knocked ahead here by Dastain. Good battle in the midfield here. Welker, and Welker's going to be called with the foul. Rivera looking for it as well. Quick restart. Cisse on the near side here. Plays it inside. Cisse goes down. A little slow to get up. Rivera with it now for LA. Rivera chips this one down inside. It's going to be too long, and Harrison will gather that one in.
You know, Chad, you had mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast about all the eyes on these young players, and Shannon Williams being one of them that have gotten seen and coming out. And, you know, that can also be an adverse effect as well.
Sure.
You know, I mean, there's some players here tonight that are just displaying themselves with a lack of professionalism, and you know, every little nook and cranny, looking for a foul, looking for a call. They quit playing when things aren't going their way, and you know, those are all well-noted facts and things that are being noted. So if you have an opportunity, especially for LA, have an opportunity for maybe pulling a player out of here, they may feel like he's a flight risk at somewhere where he's going to get a card, or if there's going to be issues, so they'll just bypass him because there's other quality players out there.
Absolutely.
You know, so I've been pretty much, you know, as a broadcaster, I've been a little frustrated watching some of the mannerisms of some of these guys. You know, I don't think they really fully understand
what's in front of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're proud to announce the Philadelphia Union and Harrisburg City Owners.
Long throw. Will come all the way back for due out for LA.
Skyline Sports Complex. Tickets are now on sale.
LA starting to break out of the back now.
On sale now.
Macquarie send it to the far side. They'll start to break up there. Calvano steps in. It'll go off of him, out of play. In our 57th minute of play, 1-1 here. We're going to take a quick pause so you can hear from some of our sponsors.
The economic recovery is underway, but many families are still hurting. If you're facing foreclosure due to unemployment, underemployment, or unexpected medical expenses, we may be able to help. You may qualify for assistance through the Emergency Homeowners Loan Program, assistance that may help you keep your home. To learn more, call us weekdays during normal business hours at the number shown on your screen, or visit our website. A simple call may save your home.
Got old electronics, such as a TV or computer to recycle? We've got your answer at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
E-cycling is quick, easy, and free for all county residents.
You can also recycle old major appliances and other items safely at our center.
Have questions? Call our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or check our website for more information.
Recycling is now more convenient than ever.
Join us in going green to protect our environment.
Keep our earth clean and green. Wipe out waste and recycle.
Hi, my name is Kelly Lewis, president of TechQuest Pennsylvania. We started TechQuest Pennsylvania to attract technology investments into the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, working with business leaders, government leaders, and educators to find the best way to make Pennsylvania a leader in the innovation economy. From internships to workforce training to jobs to broadband, we work to develop the innovation economy in Pennsylvania. Check us out at techquestpa.com.
LA sending this one forward, flicked on. Here come the Blues, and what's going to be the call here? Was he offsides? Yes, he come back from an offsides position again. De Leon this time. Becerra now, Becerra running at the defense, tries to chop it back, nobody there on the overlap. Much like we saw in that first half, Larry, the game has sort of slowed down a little bit here again.
Yeah, Coach Betcher also agreed that he thought that the flow of the game started to die a little bit in the second half of the first half. And he suspected that LA was just fatigued from playing last night, and they potentially could be content with getting out of here with a tie.
Cisse and Basso with a good battle down here in this near side corner. Ends up going off of Cisse and out of bounds. We'll have a throw in for the Islanders ahead. Hodgkins will flick this one on. LA settling it down. Cisse with it. Plays it back in. Cisse trying to turn it does, but this one is going to run long and off the end line. Intended originally for De Leon. Harrisburg really needs to try and put another one on the board here and get those 3 points. They're so valuable right now with just, I think it's 6 games left on the season. They need to make sure they're capturing every point that they can. Hodgkins with the overlap run, and Pelletier did not see him, and Becerra knocked down, and quick restart now. Here's Hodgkins with it. Now Hodgkins swings this one, and that one's going to go long and out of play. And we're going to have our first sub of the game here, and Gulu's going to come in the game now for the City Islanders, and he is always an explosive player and causes a lot of trouble up top. We'll have to wait to see who he comes in for, and yeah, hard foul. Didn't even look like he had any intention of playing the ball on that one, was to stand, but there's been a lot of that the whole game.
I think the only reason you didn't see a yellow is because they played so quick.
Exactly.
Forced official to get the game back and play again.
So Jason Hodgkins out of the game and Gulu in the game. And Gulu will play this outside left midfielder role and see what he can bring to the table here in our 62nd minute. Another sub as well for LA. In the game now is Chinchudu, and he replaces number 8, Daston. Ball sent up. LA with it here, trying to settle it down. De Leon with it to the far side. Waits, stops, Gets the ball in now for Priestley. Here's Priestley, tries to chip it ahead. Borja on the far side now, still with control. Sends it in the middle of the field now. De Leon trying to settle it. Check that rather. Bravo trying to settle it. Now the ball sent ahead. Here comes LA. Cisse. LA starting to possess the ball a little more here after that new sub come in. And now Pelletier with control. Boy, that could have been a call there. Here comes Torre. Torre stops, shoots. That one just goes off the crossbar, and what a great strike from Torre. And Duhout almost caught snapping there.
I'll tell you what, they were fortunate that number 17 from LA didn't get a straight red. He did get a yellow, but he went after, had no intent to play the ball, and tried to kick Pelletier's legs from underneath him. Yep.
That's several players now. That's what, four players, I think, with yellow cards. 5 players, actually, with yellow cards now for LA. So they've got some players out there that really need to cool it down. They don't want to be playing a man down here. There's plenty of time left. Becerra will serve this one in for the Islanders. Becerra strikes this one near the far post, up in the air, and that one just goes high.
Oh.
And, oh, man.
Came back across the goal mouth. It was a tremendous service in. And it looked like Calvano played it right back into the frame again, and sure enough, somebody was there to clear it off.
So we'll have a free kick here, similar to a spot that we saw in the first half when Pelletier served one in, and Marcia was able to get his head on it. Quick restart here now for Basso. Basso down this near side. Basso sends this one down in front, nothing there, comes all the way back out. Pelletier will settle it. Pelletier cuts it back, and that one knocked away. Pelletier almost won it there again. And here comes LA as they break out of their own end. So 2 good opportunities there for the Islanders, couldn't capitalize. And nothing there, the ball's gonna come all the way back as Byers just held up, so no call on the offsides. And Harrison will quickly play it in the center of the field now for Thayer. So the Islanders starting to put a couple passes together. Couple strikes. Torrey's had a great game up top, I think, Larry.
He's been a great forward for him. He's been effective attacking. He's made some great runs. He's been dynamic in what he's done. He had some very, very, very good goal scoring chances. That last one, the keeper gets a hand on it and hits the crossbar. Great individual effort, but very effective. I have a feeling we'll see he come out the next 10 minutes. I think he's pretty starting to run low on gas out here.
Uh-oh, we're gonna have a cut. Ooh, that could have gone either way. Could have gone either way. Number 9, Chinchindu, I could see why he's a little upset. He did get an elbow.
Oh.
And does he get a red card? Wow. Wow, Larry, it looked like he may have got an elbow up, and that's probably what the call was for, and that's what I was going to say, but at the same time, also number 6, Jared Thayer, grabbed a hold of him and basically tackled him inside the box. So we'll wait and see here, but that's a straight red. The ball comes down inside. Oh, the elbow right to the face. So that's what the referee's going to call.
That's not even a cardable offense.
Yeah. So
he's trying to protect himself. He's trying to body himself off the ball. That's shocking that they're going to give him a red card for that.
Yeah, and I disagree with the call as well on that one, Larry, because it really could have gone either way. Let's take a look at some of the scoring opportunities here, though, in the second half, as there's been a few. And we'll take a look here as Torre just turns on this one. What a great strike. I tell you, that was just driven hard. Great opportunity there. Another one down inside, and oh, Calvano, if he would have just struck that at the goal area, he may have had himself a goal tonight. So now this changes the whole complexion of the game. I would have to say that I don't agree with the call because it really could have gone either way.
Well, it could have, and on all fairness, I don't even. That's not even justifiable for a yellow. In all fairness, it appeared that he was trying to get position in the box. He had his arms up, yes, but there was no intent to swing the arm back.
Yeah, there was no swinging of the arm, exactly.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't agree with that call at all.
So Byers is out of the game here, and coming over to still walking gingerly. Looked like he took a heck of a knock to the face. Was Jared Thayer. So Thayer comes off. So don't forget, coming up next weekend on the island, there's another game here that you can come out and enjoy City Islander action as Wilmington Hammerheads are in town on July 30th. Game time 7 o'clock. Don't forget, for ticket information, you can go to www.cityislanders.com, or you can go to 717-441-GOAL to get your tickets by calling the City Islanders as well. So come on out and support. The Islanders are having a fantastic season. They're on a roll. Looking at playoff action. Hope you come out and support them. And we're going to have a little bit more chippiness coming down along here. LA with the quick restart here, playing a man down. And we know that a team can come back from a man down and they can score. We've seen it with the women in the World Cup, so you never count a team out. And I've seen several times playing this game that some teams play better with that extra space and one less man.
Well, what we're going to see now is that they're just going to drop 1-4. They're going to play a 4-4-1.
Exactly.
So it's going to kill them from a little bit of perspective, but if they work a little harder, they can get that center mid back in play, and they can advance him into the top. So they may or may not miss him that much. From a defensive standpoint, they should be just fine.
So Torrey called on the offense there. Bravo will play the ball in for the LA Blues. Drives this one, and it'll go right to Harrison. Harrison will hold things up for the Islanders. Quick restart in now for Thayer. Pelletier with it now. Pelletier has Basso to the outside. Basso quickly for Becerra. Becerra trying to play that one with the outside of the foot. Intercepted. Here comes LA now. The Blues looking for a through ball. Nobody there, and that one's going to be gathered and played ahead by Marshall. Becerra with it now, leads it for Pelletier. Islanders starting to build in the midfield. Torrey sends it outside. Marshall will send it in the center now for Thayer. Thayer quickly for Pelletier. LA clogging up that center now, Larry. Got Basso on the overlap. Basso trying to get there. Play too far away from him, and LA will quick strike this one out of play as Cameron Dunn gets a foot on it. Plays it off the sidelines. There you see Dunn. Defender for LA. Ball went out of bounds. Quick restart now. And Gulu will leave it, though, for Basso. Becerra strikes this one across the top. Noon gets a crack at it, and that one blocked. And boy, I tell you what, I thought he got the turn on that one, Larry. Good job defensively, though, for LA. Getting a body in front of it. Here comes De Leon now. De Leon leaves it for Chinchindu. Back for De Leon, and that's an awful long run for him, trying to fight for it. Still comes up with it, though, for LA. Cisse in the center of the field. Back for him now. They start to work this near side, I should say. De Leon trying to make the turn. Nothing there. He's going to have to get a lot of work up top for LA. Some long, big runs. Here comes Torrey again. Torrey sends it in now for Ngulu. Ngulu to the end line. Nice job. I tell you what a great play by goaltender Oscar Duout to get a hand on that. I thought he was in.
That was a tremendous athletic save by him. He comes out with his hands, technically prepared, slides the ball away, gets up, and then has the wherewithal to serve the ball out of bounds to get the ball out of a danger zone.
What a great through ball, though, from Torrey.
Yeah.
And here's a giveaway here. Nope, ball kept in play. Welker gets there, and that ball goes out of bounds off of him. Good hustle by Welker. Love to see those types of plays late in the game. Players still giving it 100% no matter what's going on the field. Harrisburg fighting hard to try and get that second goal and look for those 3 points. We're in our 71st minute. Ball driven now for Torrey. Torrey trying to get there. It's going to be too far. It'll be gathered in by Duout. And we're in our 71st minute. We're going to take a quick pause. We can hear from our sponsors.
The economic recovery is underway, but many families are still hurting. If you're facing foreclosure due to unemployment, underemployment, or unexpected medical expenses, we may be able to help. You may qualify for assistance through the Emergency Homeowners Loan Program, assistance that may help you keep your home. To learn more, call us weekdays during normal business hours at the number shown on your screen, or visit our website. A simple call may save your home.
Got old electronics, such as a TV or computer to recycle? We've got your answer at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
E-cycling is quick, easy, and free for all county residents.
You can also recycle old major appliances and other items safely at our center.
Have questions? Call our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or check our website for more information.
Recycling is now more convenient than ever.
Join us in going green to protect our environment.
Keep our earth clean and green. Wipe out waste and recycle.
Hi, my name is Kelly Lewis, president of TechQuest Pennsylvania. We started TechQuest Pennsylvania to attract technology investments into the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, working with business leaders, government leaders, and educators to find the best way to make Pennsylvania a leader in the innovation economy. From internships to workforce training to jobs to broadband, we work to develop the innovation economy in Pennsylvania. Check us out at techquestpa.com.
And welcome back. Player down here, Ginger to get up. That's Garcia. And he's been steady back there for LA all night, so he's back up. Walking Ginger, like I said. We'll take a look and see if we can see on the play here. Yeah, just a hard tackle coming in, both players. Ball along this near side. That one's going to go off of an Islander and out of play. Quick throw now for LA. De Leon along this near side now. De Leon, that was going to be knocked out by Basso. We'll have a restart here for LA once again. Chinchindu sends it along the end line. That's going to go off an Islander. No, it is not. They'll have a restart here. Goal kick for the City Islanders. Want to take this opportunity as we've closed out our poll here. We want to thank everybody that went on to Invicta.net and participated in our poll. Who is going to win the USL Pro for this season? And the LA Blues come in with 4%. Rochester Rhinos with 17%. FC New York with 33%, and topping the list, the Harrisburg City Islanders with 46%. Now, obviously, that may be swayed a little bit since we televise the games, but a lot of people confident that Harrisburg can make a good run here this year for the playoffs. We want to thank everybody for participating in our poll all season long here, and we enjoyed having you watching our games locally here in the mid-state of Pennsylvania on ABC 27's Weather Channel, as well as live all season long on USL Live. We have had some fantastic responses to people all around the country and around the world. Of course, our one tonight from Manchester, England as well. We thank you for tuning in and watching. We really enjoy bringing these to you, and we work hard to try and get better with each one of these productions. Next year, we hope you'll tune in again, as we will be bringing you all the action in high definition with our new production trailer that is going to hit the road in about 2 weeks. And we hope you'll tune in and give us some feedback as well. You can always give us feedback on what we're doing at www.invicta.net. LA knocking on the door here, possessing the ball well, man down. But it doesn't seem like it slowed them down much at all. Nice give and go here. And hard tackle there. Now some numbers for Harrisburg. Harrisburg trying to push forward. A little bit light on that pass, kind of gives the advantage away. Here's Marshall again. Now Marshall waits, has Calvano outside. Noon has to give it back to Marshall. Now for Calvano. I apologize, that was Welker actually with possession in the middle of the field. Here's Becerra now. Becerra in for Angulu, and Angulu couldn't hold possession as LA trying to clear it out. Ball near the top of the box. Tackle there, but couldn't gain possession as here comes LA breaking out of their own end. Randolph with it now. Randolph sends it ahead. I take that back. That was Borja send it ahead. Randolph was subbed out here just a couple minutes ago. I thought it was a 21 across the field. A little hard to see the numbers on them shorts once in a while. So we're in our 77th minute, Larry. Do you make another change if you're the City Islanders?
I think they do.
Do you try and spark something here?
I think they do. I think they're going to bring Langley in with some pace. My guess is going to be Torre. Again, I told you it looked like he was out of gas a while ago. but I think they were looking for one more push from him. But needless to say, he's...
What a great run. And the strike, and that one just goes wide of the mark. I tell you, Chinchindoo, what a run.
It was a great run. It was great pace. Ran it there. Thayer was turned sideways on like he should have been, and Chinchindoo just turned on the burners. And fortunately for Harrison, he was able to read the near post and make the save.
And it was a deflection, too, off the Islander player, which is always dangerous. That redirection, the goalie's going one way, and the ball ends up going another. Great run down in here. Just a great attack. That went off of Thayer, almost in that near side.
Number 12, Andrew Welker. Substituted 77th minute.
That's an interesting change for me, Chad.
So Welker comes out.
Yeah, I didn't suspect that. I suspected Torrey be the one to come because he's been working so hard, but they may feel like he's got one more in the tank and one more in the tank.
Who came in, Larry?
Langley.
Langley came in, okay.
Right choice. Obviously, Coach Betcher knows his players better than we, but right choice. He pushes them up on top. He actually pushed Angulo up on top, which is his normal position.
Yep.
Bring Langley to the outside to run the flank, puts him on the right side, maybe sneak something in down the right flank. I was just taken back by who they withdrew, but again, he knows his players better than we.
Calvano, far side of the field now. Islanders looking for that go-ahead goal here, desperately looking to try and gather those 3 points and stay in the hunt just behind Rochester. If they could come home with the victory, good call there as Pelletier took the feed out. They can come out with the 3 points tonight they need desperately. They'll remain just 1 point behind Rochester in the National Division. LA, of course, trying to come out of this. If they could bring this home with a victory here tonight, they'd actually pull themselves tie with the Islanders in second place.
Well, we've seen this many times before, Chad. We've seen the Islanders come back in the 87th, 88th minute.
Hard tackle there, as you saw, against Chinchindoo. So Seabrook comes in now, and Becerra comes out of the game. So 3 quick, explosive players really up top now for the Islanders, looking to maybe start pushing offensively here. Seabrook stops that one. Referee goes down hard. Langley runs into him in midfield. And of course, the crowd liking to see that, but ball sent in now. Here's Becerra still with it. I'm sorry, Angulo rather with it. Angulo along the end line, strikes this one down in front, and then looked like Torrey was right there waiting for it. Good defensive play by LA. Ball knocked out now. Foot race on the far side of the field. Marshall trying to get there to run off the sideline. Oh, here comes Noon with it now for the Islanders, with some explosive players up top now. Outside for Bassa. Torrey comes all the way back looking for the ball now. Wanting to get some more touches. Pelletier. Outside for Calvano. Calvano trying to get to the end, and that one's going to be knocked off. No, it is not. Good defensive slide in there. And the ball sent ahead by Borja, I should say, rather, for LA. Calvano comes up with it again. In for Torrey now. Torrey touches it inside. Nope, too far, and LA able to break out now. Cisse with it. Cisse leaves it in the center now for Chinchindoo. Chinchindoo trying to break through. He's taken down hard. No call on the play. Looked like he was trying to step through. And
that's a good no call. I mean, he tried to split 2 defenders. They did a good job closing them down, and Chinchindoo just tried to buy a foul on the outside there.
Ball sent down inside. Angulo trying to get there, and goaltender Duout able to get to that ball, gather it in. Islanders starting to look for Angulo up top now. Send some balls over the top, see if you can run onto it. And it looks like right now to me, Larry, in the 81st minute that LA is looking to play for a tie. They're slowing the game down wherever they can now.
Well, this will be a good road thing for them as well, road victory, because they're going to be in a position to have won and tied a game on the road.
Exactly.
So that keeps them alive in the hunt, and with 6 games left, that gives them an opportunity to be right there at the end. However, we have seen dramatics from Harrisburg in the last 10 minutes of several games, so I still think that's why they kept Torre on, just for that last heroic opportunity he comes up with.
Langley trying to get there. This one just knocked ahead by the Blues. Harrison will gather it in. Quickly throws this one to the outside for Calvano. Islanders really have not been able to take advantage of that extra man. Now they start to stretch the field and make LA move a little bit more. Center of the field. Noon with it now. Noon with some space. Looks has Basso, but again, another kind of light pass through there doesn't make its way through, and LA able to come up with it. Center of the field now. De Leon with it. For Bravo. Bravo and Cisse right there. De Leon, nobody coming into the play and helping out as it comes back to Cisse now. LA needs somebody to move so they can move the ball forward and down this line. Nothing there. Ball won by Langley now, and of course LA looking for a card right away.
Academy Award time, Chad.
Absolutely.
That's taking some time.
Yep. And we'll have to wait and see. I think he's gonna get a card here.
Absolutely nothing there. Oh, that's so unwarranted. That's so unwarranted.
Definitely. We'll take a look at it here. Well,
but again, you got to look at the intent behind it.
Exactly.
He's running, and the first thing you do when you run is you thrust your arm backward to increase your pace. Well, that to me is not a yellow card.
Right, exactly.
Granted, he may have gotten a piece of him, but it was not his intent to do so.
They're taking their time on this one. We'll take a look at the other angle here as the ball comes in. Yeah, from that angle, almost looked like he got him with the elbow. We did see it was a hand from the other angle. So, well, either way, he gets the yellow. Of course, LA looking for the red card to try and even things up. They take some time off the clock. We'll have to see how much is added for that.
That's my concern with the way the game has transcended into it. You see so many more yellow cards, and players are looking to create yellow card and red card opportunities, almost to change the complexion of the game. And that's not the game that's been played all these years.
Right.
Now it's gotten to that style. And it's very unfortunate. So many World Cups, we've seen so many yellow cards, red cards, and you play all year, and it just changes the complexion. And I just don't like that. That was unwarranted, uncalled, and of course, look what happens.
Boy, dangerous here off the corner kick. LA with it now. They work along top. That one blocked by Langley. Langley trying to get there and keep this one in play. It's going to be too long, and Langley has to check it up, drop back in, and again, LA here will take their time. Dunn with the throw. Comes back for him. Dunn will drive this one into the corner. LA looks like they're definitely playing for a tie here, Larry.
I think that was more of I'm going through the tackle hard. I'm not going to necessarily screw this one up. And he went through it hard, flipped the ball in. Worst case scenario, goes into the keeper's hand. So I do agree with you, though, Chad. I think they're playing for the tie at this point.
Ball struck in there, headed on by the Blues. They try to settle it down. Noon with it now. Sends it back for Basso. Basso back for Noon. Too far for him. Nobody goes to the ball. Now Noon. Noon still with it now. Noon drives it to that far post. Nobody there. Duout able to come out and gather that one in.
You can just see almost in every mannerism that LA has. It's just a bit of a stall tactic. They're trying to play it easy, slow, trying to get out of here, like you said, with the tie. Even going to his knees right there. If they're really looking to win, they're gonna press. He's gonna catch. He's gonna kind of try to create a counter, and obviously that was not part of the equation right there.
Exactly. Quickly now, the Islanders want to get this restart and get the ball moving here in the 86th minute. Looking for a miracle last-minute goal here. Maybe from Torre. Ball driven down, and that one's going to be too far for Pelletier. Headed down now. Can Torre get to this one? No. LA's going to control here at midfield. LA moving forward now. Ball played to this near side for Cisse with a one-on-one opportunity. In for De Leon. Picked up now by Chinchindu. Chinchindu, top of the box, in for De Leon. De Leon has Cisse outside. Gets it out to him. Cisse's going to take it. Tries to drive it down in front. It comes all the way through. Islanders need to try and clear this one, and they do as it comes out for Langley now. Langley with a little bit of room. Langley picking up the pace. Langley has Ngulu, the through ball, and that one's going to be too far.
Way too heavy from Langley, a little bit too ambitious right there. The intent may have been there. He should have played the ball a little wider onto Angulo's left foot. And again, here we go. LA's playing a stall tactic, trying to get the tie out of it again. If they're trying to win, and I understand the tactic, Chad. I don't agree with it, but I do understand it.
Sure. You don't want to go home with 0.
Right.
Calvano with the long throw looking for Seabrook. That goes off of LA and out of play. Calvano quickly in for Pelletier now. Pelletier trying to control that one, can't. And again, LA will just drive this one deep. We're in our 88th minute of play. Ball sent over for Basso now. Basso will settle it for the Islanders. Very little movement here from the Islanders trying to stretch the field or anything here. Here's Noon, comes all the way back for the ball. Noon sends it ahead for Seabrook. Now Seabrook turns, going head on, tries to send it through for Ngulu. Ngulu lets a shot go, but he comes from the offsides position. Great heads up play though by Seabrook. Great turn. Way to quickly take on that defense and go hard at him.
Yeah, if Torre opens up his mouth to Angulo and he says leave, Angulo dummies it, that's right on Torre's foot. And again, that's that burst they're looking for. They're looking for Torre to come out of here and make something happen. And 88th minute into it, he's still going fairly strong. For a while there, he was in a bit of a lull, but he's now picked up his game a little bit.
Recharging. Cisse comes out in the substitution now into the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Tonight's official attendance is 1,393.
Hernandez. Basso trying to get there and does. Saves the ball, keeps it in play for the Islanders. Sends it back in the center of the field for Noon. Noon has come back and really wanting that ball. Pelletier with it now. Pelletier is going to try and change this one up. Intended for Langley. Langley, and it's going to be a handball, I think. Or
Langley better be careful. He's got his hands up on somebody dragging him down. Now it's going for the Islanders.
Here we go now. Here's Noon now. Noon sends it in now for Ngulu. Ngulu still with control. Ngulu pushed off the ball. LA with it now. De Leon will leave it back. Bravo with it still, sends it back. LA trying to drive it down, and that goes off of Langley. It'll come all the way back now for Marshall. Check that, rather, for Thayer. Now Marshall with it. Again, Noon coming back for the ball. Wants that ball on his foot. Now for Pelletier. Pelletier waits, turns, sends it outside now for Basso. Basso waits, back again for Pelletier. Pelletier swings this one in the box. Calvano trying to go up on it, flicked up in the air. And what's the call going to be down inside now? Handball's going to be called against Ngulu, or check that, against Torre, it looked like. 5 minutes of stoppage time.
Wow. Well, we suspected there was going to be something, I mean, due to the injuries that they had, but that's a lot of stoppage time.
And Duout's going to take his time here in this restart. We're in our stoppage time now, 21 seconds played. Ball sent up, headed on by the Islanders. Seabrook trying to get there and keep it in play, and does. Seabrook turns, can't keep possession though. Nice through ball to the far side. Chinchindu down inside the box now. Sends it across the top, nobody there as it comes all the way through. And quickly, Noon is going to get to the ball. If the Islanders can push people forward, they can have some numbers here. And now they'll quickly send it in for Basso.
If LA would have done a better job of framing the net, Chad, they would have had an easy bunny, what we'd call it. I mean, they had all three runners making the same run flat, opposed to...
Here's Torre down inside the box. Torre with the touch on, and that one goes just over the top of the net. What a great flick on there by Ngulu.
End-to-end action with LA going one way, and you have Torre, who has proven me wrong. to stay in this match.
Yeah, he's got the legs
He
still under him.
has come back to life to some degree and has done great.
You see some of the crowd enjoying tonight's game. 1-1, we'll take a look at this again. And Gulu just trying to get a little touch on that one. Just goes over the net. I think he knew he may have missed the golden goal here for the Islanders. We played 1 minute and 40 seconds of the 5 minutes of stoppage time added. Duout sends that one long. Calvano trying to win it and does. Calvano still with it, sends it across for Basso now. Basso has Langley out wide, plays it for Langley now. Langley waits, still with it. Now Basso with it. And just miscommunication there as looked like Langley wanted to take the ball and Basso played it off of him. You can see the frustration on Langley right now. LA's going to slow this down. They're going to take their time. They're going to play for the tie here. There's no urgency to get this game moving. Long throw towards the corner. That one's going to stay in bounds, actually. Langley coming back trying to win it. Langley on the turn. Langley still with it. Cuts it ahead for Ngulu. Ngulu with possession now. Ngulu. That one's going to be flicked out of play, trying to get fancy with it.
Yeah,
Islanders
no
quickly
need.
now. Noon sends it in for Ngulu. Noon making the run. This one switched over for Torre. Torre snaps a header towards the goal. What a great run. I tell you what, Ngulu and Torre are really hooking up. Similar to what we see from Brian and BG and Torre. Ngulu and Torre now are really starting to put some stuff together. Quick throw now for Basso. Basso waits. In for Noon now. Noon back for Basso. Send it all the way back now for Jared Thayer. Islanders looking to strike here in this stoppage time. Ball driven down inside. And Ngulu trying to get there just over his shoulder. Can he keep it in play? Yes, he does. That one's going to be knocked off the end line. We'll have a corner kick late here for the Islanders. Boy, if Ngulu could have taken that one down, he had him beat.
That's a tough ball, Chad. That's a 50-yard ball in flight. That's a tough ball. I mean, I thought he did well just to get close to it.
So Pelletier will send this one in our 94th minute of play. Pelletier sends it in near that far post. Calvano got ahead on that one and tried to keep it on goal, and now the Islanders, instead of letting that one go off the end line, actually play it. Now the ball sent right back down inside, and the offsides is charged. Looked like Pelletier was on, though, who actually played the ball.
That's a hard call from here to see it. There could have been several guys that he's got his flag up to.
Yep. Boy, Calvano has been all over the net tonight, just unlucky.
Again, we've mentioned this many other broadcasts. He's fantastic in the air for his size and finds a way to get his head on it.
Duout again, taking his time. We're in the 95th minute of play. Ball sent up. Flicked on. It'll come back for Harrison. Harrison's going to want to get this one ahead quick as possible. Harrison drives this one deep. And now LA is going to gather it in, and Harrisburg and LA will play to a 1-1 tie after 95 minutes of play. And I think this is going to be a frustrating one for Harrisburg to take home this one. And, of course, trying to stay in the hunt with Rochester. They're going to stay now at 3 points behind by picking up the tie.
Well, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because, once the player was removed for LA, Harrisburg had plenty of opportunities and created some good chances. I know Bill's going to feel like this one was stolen from him.
Definitely. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule here on the island. Of course, this is being our last broadcast. There's plenty more soccer action to take place here on Saturday, July 30th. The Wilmington Hammerheads will be in town at 7 o'clock. And then Friday, August 5th, will be FC New York. That's at 7 o'clock. And then come on out and enjoy the partnership that's been brought together between the Harrisburg City Islanders and the Philadelphia Union in an exhibition game that'll be Wednesday, August 24th at 7 p.m. For tickets, call 717-441-GOAL or www.cityislanders.com for tickets. Larry, closing thoughts?
You know what? It's been a good year. It's been, for us at least, it's been a great year. I mean, Harrisburg's got a lot of soccer left to play. They've become very exciting to watch. I think their brand has grown on us over the years. I think, honestly, they have a great run this year. They're having a great run this year. With the two leagues coming together, I honestly didn't know what to expect, and I think they've done a great job so far.
Well, I want to thank the Islander staff for working with us again this year to bring you USL Soccer from City Island and the Skyline Sports Complex. Larry, thank you for working with us again this year. It's always a pleasure.
Oh, I love it. Yep, absolutely love it.
And I want to thank the USL for working with us with USL Live this season, and to all of our crew and staff that's worked throughout the season here for USL Pro Soccer. Big thank you from Invicta Sports. For Larry Julius, I'm Chad Edwards. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.